On the brink of a monumental shift within the automotive realm, the industry as we knew it is undergoing a transformation. The relentless pace of technological advancement, coupled with a growing enthusiasm for electric vehicles, has the potential to fundamentally alter the landscape of the automotive sector. Yet, beneath the surface, a quieter but equally impactful revolution is unfolding, poised to disrupt the dominance of established giants such as Ford, GM, and Volkswagen, who currently lead the global car market. This upheaval comes from the rapid ascension of the Chinese automotive industry, a development that poses a formidable challenge even to Tesla. China, recognized as the global manufacturing powerhouse, has seamlessly integrated its automotive sector into this vast production network. The world's leading automotive firms have long capitalized on China's skilled yet cost-effective labor force to enhance their manufacturing output and cater to international markets. However, a combination of factors has spurred the Chinese automotive industry to remarkable growth, positioning it as a serious contender against the established market leaders. Key among these factors are China's massive domestic market, its extensive network of trade partners, and governmental support for electric vehicles. Should one harbor perceptions of Chinese products as inherently inferior in quality, it might be time to revisit those notions. This narrative aims to shed light on how China is on the verge of dominating the global automotive market, and why your next car might proudly display a Made in China badge. Dating back to the 1980s, China's automotive sector has seen significant enhancements in both its production capabilities and its capacity to export vehicles. The pivotal partnership between Volkswagen and SAIC in 1985 marked the beginning of a new chapter, enabling industry behemoths like Toyota, Ford, BMW, General Motors, and Honda to establish operations within Chinese borders. The minimal labor costs, constituting merely 5% of production expenses, position China as the prime destination for affordable car manufacturing. Initially, Chinese automobiles may not have been synonymous with high quality, but they distinguished themselves by offering a comprehensive and budget-friendly package, coupled with contemporary designs. Since 1999, the Chinese automotive market has exhibited an average annual growth rate of 9% in its nascent stages. Fiscal incentives and a substantial influx of resources, amounting to over $700 million, have facilitated the modernization of the nation's vehicle fleet. Despite facing hurdles in the competitive American market, Chinese automotive exports witnessed a swift escalation, particularly between 2005 and 2010. For instance, China's vehicle exports surged from approximately 170,000 units in 2005 to 340,000 in 2006, eventually exceeding 600,000 units in 2007. This surge reflects China's strategic investments in emerging markets, notably in South America, Eastern Europe, and Africa, where it has incrementally secured its market presence, a vital step towards enhancing its global reputation. In Brazil, the debut of Chinese models occurred in 2007, with EFA Motors' EFA M100 leading the charge. Touted as the most affordable car in the country, it boasted an impressive cost-benefit ratio. Nonetheless, the EFA M100 struggled to gain traction among Brazilian consumers, criticized for its subpar performance, inferior finish, lack of technical information, and challenges in sourcing spare parts. The Lifan 320, another Chinese model, encountered similar obstacles and faced accusations of imitating the Mini Cooper, further tarnishing the reputation of Xingling products. However, the tide began to turn in 2017 when Chery collaborated with the CAOA Group, Latin America's largest vehicle production and distribution conglomerate, to commence the manufacture of Tigo SUVs and Arizo sedans in Brazil. Since then, the locally produced models have retained the characteristic extensive functionalities of Chinese cars but at more competitive prices, aiding in the rehabilitation of Chinese vehicles' image in the country. The label Made in China on automobiles is no longer a deterrent. Instead, vehicles that are entirely Chinese, showcasing modernity, cutting-edge technology, and reliability, are capturing the attention of consumers and challenging the established norms of the global automotive industry. With ambitions of becoming the world's second-largest exporter of passenger vehicles, China is poised to instigate a significant shift in the international market structure, promising to redefine the trajectory of the automotive industry. China's rise is not merely about volume production, it is propelled by escalating investments in innovative technologies. In recent years, the country has augmented its research and development expenditure by over 10%. It's no wonder that since 2020, exports of made-in-China vehicles have tripled, crossing the remarkable threshold of 3.11 million units exported, as reported by the Chinese Association of Automobile Manufacturers. This trend, overtaking Germany's former second-place position, signals China's formidable ascent alongside global powerhouses like the United States. Moving beyond the stereotype of the world's factory producing low-quality electronics, China now presents a more sophisticated and innovative image. Its products are increasingly complex, original, and subjected to stringent quality controls. China's ambitious strategy to outpace its rivals is embodied in policies designed to encourage domestic production. The Chinese government has strategically mandated that foreign automakers contribute to technology development within the country and source from local suppliers. This approach has enabled China to make significant strides, particularly in the realm of electric components. Its batteries are already gaining traction in Europe, and by 2031, China is expected to become the primary supplier of electric batteries to Europe. However, the journey is not without its challenges. Allegations of espionage and attempts to misappropriate technology have marred the image of the Eastern powerhouse. The FBI has issued warnings about China's intentions to pilfer the intellectual property of Western companies through corporate infiltrations. Moreover, the practice of compelling foreign companies to share technology in exchange for market access has sparked controversy. The United States, for its part, seeks to impede Chinese progress, especially in the critical area of semiconductors, essential for various industries. For the American government, China's rise is perceived as a threat to national security, prompting actions to curb the development of its rival. Yet, resistance appears to be in vain against the backdrop of China's prowess. The country's automotive sector is emerging stronger and more focused on dominating the electric vehicle market, signaling a new era in the global automotive landscape. Despite being entangled in espionage controversies, the Chinese automotive industry's luster remains undimmed. It has overtaken the vehicle production outputs of both the US and Japan, rolling out over 26 million vehicles in 2021, thereby establishing itself as a pivotal hub for global car manufacturing. With its forefront position in technological advancements, China has positioned its automotive sector advantageously, outpacing nations with a long history of mass vehicle production since the 20th century. Yet, China's ambitions extend far beyond. It has emerged as a major exporter of automotive parts and sets its sights on leading the electric vehicle sector. Already at the forefront of electric battery production, with Europe as its primary market, China is steadfast in its journey toward dominance in the electric vehicle sphere. Given the relatively simpler engineering of electric vehicles compared to traditional internal combustion engines, China is on a steadfast march toward global automotive supremacy. The country has witnessed a surge in startups concentrating on electric batteries, aiming to become the nucleus for the production of more economical electric vehicles. This ambition is underscored by the presence of giants like Tesla, whose Shanghai megafactory is responsible for more than half of the company's worldwide production. Elon Musk, Tesla's CEO, has acknowledged the looming challenge posed by China in the electric vehicle domain, highlighting the Chinese workforce's diligence and superior preparation compared to established players like Ford and General Motors.